Hello, beautiful awakening friends. Thanks for watching this video. Jason again. So this is going to be Sasquatch video number 3. So if you haven't seen the last one, you might want to go back and watch it just to get caught up so you know where it is. But if not, you can just watch this one, and it's going to be some pretty interesting information on its own. So and if you like hearing about Sasquatch and UFOs and all kinds of woo-woo topics, follow me and like for more, because I'll be talking about lots of crazy cool things. So anyways, the last video ended with me. This is August 2016, me around a campfire with some friends, and I had just seen some orbs outside my trailer and in my trailer, and I was out at the campfire with them afterwards, telling them what happened, and I had experienced some mind speak with the Sasquatch. So they're kind of up to date. Anyways, so that night, I don't know, around 1:30 in the morning, we decided to go to bed. So I'm just gonna move my chair away from the fire. It's getting a little warm. So everybody else was intense, except for myself and my friend Chad, who were in the trailer that I had borrowed and that I'd had the orb experience in, and it was off ways from the fire. So we went to bed, and it was super funny because we got into the trailer, and my friend specifically said to me, he goes, "Hey, did you lock the door, like the side door?" And I said, "Yeah," but I didn't. And my way of thinking was that we were there camping for the purpose of connecting with Sasquatch people. So I was like, why would we lock the door? That is not inviting, right? And so my thought was, leave the door unlocked, like invite them to come visit. Didn't expect them to actually come in the trailer or do anything, but I don't know, figured like the energy was like, stay away if we locked the door. So I left it unlocked, told them I locked it. Both went to separate ends of the trailer. There was rooms on either end. I got ready for bed. It took me a minute or two to get settled, and laid down, kind of got, snug and cuddly and comfortable, not expecting anything at all to happen, even though the orbs had happened earlier that night. Didn't really expect much else, right? I thought that was probably going to be the highlight of the trip. Wrong. So pretty much as soon as I'm like, ready to just relax, start hearing these footprints coming from, there was a bit of a drop off near the trailer. Hear some footprints coming from that area, and it's obviously bipedal. Like, it sounded like a construction worker, like with great big heavy boots, walking through gravel. It was very obviously bipedal. And it walks up to the trailer, walks down the driver's side of the trailer, around the back, up the passenger side, and it just kept kind of going back and forth, like it was making a U, up one side, out the trailer, around the back, up the other side. But it would like get to the front of the trailer and turn around. It never seemed to go to the front of my truck. And as it was walking along the trailer, it would be like tapping the sides of the trailer, tap, 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 or like sounded like it was kind of dragging his hands and tapping with his fingers, that sort of thing, and just gently rocking it. And what else? And then when we would get to the side with the door, every once in a while, like, it would like jiggle the latch a little bit, and I was like, oh shoot, I didn't lock that. But I was like, whatever. I mean, like, as if the door lock is going to stop a Sasquatch if you really want to get in. So I wasn't that worried about it, but I was just kind of like laughing at myself. And it was funny because I was like thrilled. I was so happy, like, this is so awesome, but at the same time terrified. So this is, again, like in the first video, I talked about how people mistake things and get scared, and honestly, knowing what I know now and having experienced all I've experienced with them, it's like their energy is so powerful and so intense, and just the idea of them, I think it just overwhelms us sometimes, and we get a little bit scared. But for me, I wasn't like scared like, oh my god, I'm gonna get hurt. It was like, oh my god, I'm scared, but this is so awesome. So awesome, and I just feel silly for being scared because I know damn well there's no way they're gonna hurt us. But anyway, that's what was going through my head. So I was walking up and down the side, and I remember at one point, it was funny because all these things are happening, like tapping, and this is going on for several minutes. And the other thing that was funny was after talking to Chad in the morning, we were both agreed, like, it was such a cool experience, but we were both so scared. We didn't want to like yell out to each other and be like, are you hearing this? Like, we both just stayed totally silent the whole time and didn't talk about it till the morning. Anyways, and I just remember at one point, so I heard him walking because it was very easy to track where he was because the footsteps were so loud. And he came around the front of the trailer on to the driver's side, and he was kind of gently rocking it. And this just goes to show, like, I've had a lot of experiences, like, they hear your thoughts, they know what you're thinking, and they respond. I've had this many times over the last 7 years. This is like the first time. And gently rocking the trailer, and with everything else going on, I remember I sort of thought to myself, well, I guess that could just be the wind. Like, there was a bit of a breeze. I'm like, that could just be the wind. And then it was like I said, it heard my thoughts, and was like, I'll show you. And right when I thought that, it started rocking it. It was like almost as if it felt like he just kind of leaned over the front and grabbed like the front corner, like each front corner of the trailer, and just started like rocking it like crazy hard. And almost like, I'll show you, you think it's the wind kind of thing. And I just kind of like laughed in my head, and I was like, okay, it's not the wind. And it just went back to like a very gentle rocking. And then he went back to walking up and down, walked around the trailer a couple times, and then he went and he stopped at the door on the side, on the passenger side. And you know, it was one of those ones where you like reach in with a couple fingers and pull it out, like a lever kind of latch, like most trailers have. And it was like he stuck a finger in there and started like just jiggling it. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't lock it. And again, I'm kind of like not that worried about it, but I'm like, what's he going to do? Like, as if he's going to come into the trailer. But then all of a sudden it stopped. This is a really crazy part. Like, I mean, I this is getting insane, but swear to God this happened. The jiggling stopped. Didn't hear a door open or anything, and it was like he teleported into the trailer. And you know how it is when you're in a trailer and somebody's moving, like you can feel every movement. Doesn't matter how well you stabilize the trailer, you're gonna feel some movement. So it's like it's like you could feel as he's walking back and forth across the trailer, from left to right. And then like we had boxes of chips and snacks and different food because we just kind of bombed everything in there, didn't really organize it. And you could hear them going through the boxes and the bags, like very loud. It was not at all subtle. And then like opening like the few things we did put away. There was a very few things we did put away, just because like we had like stuff that had to go in the fridge or whatever, and a few things that went in the cupboard, like opening cupboard doors, going through the cupboards, and just moving around the steps inside the trailer, the whole trailer moving. It was crazy. So and somehow with all of that going on, it just went on for a while. And I honestly, at this point now, I don't remember if it just stopped and I went to sleep, or somehow it kept going on and I fell asleep. I honestly don't recall, but I eventually did fall asleep. Woke up in the morning and exchanged notes of what happened that evening with Chad, and we had experienced exactly the same thing. And you know, the thing about being too scared to like reach out and yell out to each other, like we shared everything, same experiences. So that was the first night of craziness on that camping trip. Like and follow for the next video, because the second night was even crazier and had some big twists. So I will share that most likely tomorrow. Thank you for listening. Love you all. Goodbye.